Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right, looks like the audio is good today. Hey everyone, welcome. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Today has been a very interesting and tumultuous day for some people. I'm hoping this will be a place you all can gather to just relax and, just chill, relax, not have to think about much. I'm not sure if Vampire Survivors is that kind of game though. Quick disclaimer regarding today's playthrough of Vampire Survivors. This is not my first time playing the game. I have played this off stream before, I just never actually played it on stream until now. However, I figured I needed something to fill today. I had several options of what to fill in today. I figured this is like the easiest thing to do. And there's actually new updates since the last time I picked the game up. So why not? Why not? That's what we'll do. Kiba. What? Who's Kiba? You mean Kaiba, right? Who placed my Kaiba. I knew you would place your Ouroboros card, so that's why I kept my fishing hook this turn on. Shall your yeah, wrong stream. Save that for save that for inscription on Friday. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, good. Welcome. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen the announcement for the 2.0 update, it is going to be on April 29th, which is not this Friday, but the Friday afterwards, as long as there are no unexpected visitors coming on that day. I have a feeling if someone comes on my birthday or before my birthday, we are going to have to move the reveal stream, but I'm hoping it doesn't have to come to that, because I kind of just want to get it over with, basically. But to get it over with, I also have things I have to do and laundry list of stuff that I haven't taken care of yet. So we'll get there. We will get there, but it's crunch time for me. And oh my gosh, I got so much stuff I could have done in the past few weeks, but didn't because I got distracted. So much distraction. I almost got distracted today. I don't know if you guys have heard of this game called Shapes.io. It's like I think it's kind of like Factorio, but some people call it Factorio Lite. And I was playing the demo earlier. Thank goodness the demo doesn't last very long. Otherwise, I would have lost literally so much time just getting distracted by that. I get distracted by incremental games, apparently, like Pondering My Orb and Shapes.io, so I need to stay away from that. At least while I got something I need to finish and, finish in a decent time and decent manner. Because if I just kind of rush things, it's not good. I used to be so much better at this. I don't know what's happening, but I used to be so much better about this. Also, speaking of, it's like getting warmer now. Though I hear some parts of Canada it's snowing in end of April. Like I have a friend in Canada and they showed me pictures of snow, and it's like, really? I mean, it's not a very heavy snow, but I think like 2 to 8 centimeters high. It's not. That's probably like maybe 1 to 4 inches. It's still a decent amount. Well, 1 to 3 inches about, but that's still a decent amount of snow. And end of April, you don't expect snow at this time, even at that latitude, and it's like, this has never happened before, and we can only blame certain things for that. So yeah. Good luck to Canadians. There's a reason why I will possibly never live in Canada. I won't say I'll never live there because it could happen. but very low chance. And the main reason is it is freezing cold. I don't like cold. I like warm. I like places where it is warm. I don't know how everyone else feels about that. Because a lot of people that I talk to, they seem to like winter. If you want winter because you don't like the heat, I guess that's fair, but for me, when winter comes, it's like I can't think, I can't move, and if it ices, I can't go anywhere. So it's like, I only see downsides. Meanwhile, at least in the summer, as long as you have a fan or good AC, you'll be you'll be mostly okay. You don't have to go outside. You can. You don't have to. I guess the same thing with winter. Oh well. I wasn't sure where I was going with that. I wasn't sure where I was going with that. But anyway, today we're gonna just, chill, relax, Vampire Survivors. The title does say chat and chill, but to be honest, I don't know what to chat about. So if you guys have something you want to bring up, please do so. Because Vampire Survivors has no talking points whatsoever. Absolutely not. But we're gonna get through it anyway. I do know there's a few updates, and we're gonna get through that. Let me just get the game up, and then we'll get there. I think I also have to turn off the damage numbers, because apparently if I stream with damage numbers on, it's gonna be an issue with how laggy the stream is. I think. At least that's what I've been told. But I'm gonna try both ways. And let me double check my cache here. I was trying to do a challenge run actually, where I don't move whatsoever. I think in the library. So I'm gonna have to reset this. I'm gonna have to grab all the usual stuff. I think I have to grab the duplicator and tiramisu first, because there's a weird thing with the scaling in this game as far as costs go. Like, it's not, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I guess let's go for cooldown. Let's do one cooldown, one magnet. Maybe a couple on might. I don't know if we really need a recovery. How many people here use recovery? Because I don't know, recovery is kind of like, not really that great, but also maybe it helps in the long term if you put enough points into it. I don't know if it's that useful. I know armor is pretty decent, so I'm gonna at least put a couple points in armor. Area is decent, I guess. Let's see. Let's do one area, one in duration. I don't know about speed. Speed is one of those things where it's like, is speed that useful? I am not sure. All right, I guess we'll do two in magnet. 2.5%. Might as well just get maximum cooldown and maximum area, maximum duration. What else can we do? Luck is helpful. I don't know if we need it that much though. Let's maybe get at least 4 on might. Don't know if we need max armor, but we got the points, may as well. HP might be useful, at least 2 on HP. I have so much money. I didn't realize I had that much cash. I thought I had much less. Okay, let's go 2 on luck. And we got 11,000 to go. So I saw this curse thing, and I rather would not do it here. Is there a reason to do curse other than extra challenge? Because I can't see of any other reason. I don't think we need growth. Growth doesn't seem to be that useful unless you max this thing out. Move speed, maybe not. Let's go ahead and maybe max out might. And maybe put a couple points in recovery. I mean, 0.1 HP per second is not a whole lot. I don't know if speed is gonna help any. Projectile speed. I don't even know what uses projectile speed, to be honest, except for knives? No freaking clue. Let's maybe put 3 in recovery. See, this is what I mean by the cost scaling. It's weird. Maybe 1 more in max health, because why not? And we got extra points. Let's put 1 in speed because we can. Move speed, maybe. Okay, we got the cost. We have enough money for that. I'm just going to stick with that. Let's see. Cavallo. Oh. Oh. You know what? We're gonna unlock Cavallos maybe after this one. I know a lot of people like. Oh, I'm not seeing the person that people like the most. I think Imelda and Pascalina are 2 favorites. I personally like Porta. There's something about the lightning. I like Porta because of that. So let's go and go with Porta. And so the last one I did was Inlay Library. I haven't gotten to explore the dairy plant. So maybe we'll go ahead and start with the dairy plant and check out what's here. So a magic map hidden in here might finally lead us to a vampire, or at least more roast chicken. There hasn't been right, that's right. There hasn't been a single vampire in this entire thing yet. Normally in the... Oh, whoa. My controller's not moving. Why? Why? Oh, no. My controller's... Oh, okay. We're gonna have to do this the hard way, huh? Alright, alright. Ah, fine. I was hoping I could use a controller, but this is also okay. Let's see, we got lightning. Do I go for the magic wand right away? Magic wand's pretty strong. We go for King's Bible. We do need to knock out some stuff at the side. Ah. More lightning. I'm tempted to go more lightning. But magic wand is also good. Because I think early game you want to focus on one weapon so you can upgrade that as soon as possible. But I have never been in this map before, so I don't know what's good and what's not good. I feel like magic wand's always good. Maybe. We'll see. Ooh, duplicator. I think you need duplicator for the lightning, right? Yeah, let's go grab... Oh! Oh, it tells you what the evos are! Oh, I didn't do that before. That would have been very helpful. What's this green arrow thing? But yeah, I mean, Monday stressful. I figured, why not? Let's just do something chill. My other options for today were probably mahjong, except it wouldn't be mahjong with the usual group because I think they were kind of busy the past couple of weeks. One person went to Las Vegas. I am not going to say who, and I probably shouldn't have said that they went to Las Vegas to begin with, but me and my big mouth sometimes. But yeah, they think they had fun, so I've been to Vegas once. Probably at a time I didn't care about Vegas too much, and to be quite frank, I still don't. Because I feel like Vegas is... I mean, it's a business. Gambling is a business. They gotta make their cash. So to say it's a scam might not be... I mean, it's accurate and also not accurate at the same time. Though it's probably mostly accurate. Yeah. Ooh, should I grab it now? That's kind of early. Let's go and grab it. I didn't even know there was a boss there. See, I think the plan right now is to get the lightning and... But you know what? Is Axe good in this area? I would. I think Rune Tracer would be nice if you had something to bounce it off of. I don't think this place has anything to bounce off of. Should I get the Spellbinder now? Kind of want to get the Spellbinder now just so we have it. You know what? Let's go for it. But seriously, I don't know what's going on in this game. It just feels like the same thing over and over again. But it is kind of, I don't know. I think when I first picked this game up, it felt interesting because there was like a challenge to just try to get 30 minutes, and then after 30 minutes, you know, things just go. It just feels like the same thing over and over again. I don't know if the maps really do anything as far as making it exciting. Though just collecting all the weapons is kind of exciting and evolving them, I feel like. But anyway, back to Vegas. I think I went to Vegas the first time. Like, I want to say I was in... Was I in college at the time, or was it before college? I feel like it was before college for some reason. And it was a time I really didn't care about Vegas. The only reason I was in Vegas at the time was family was meeting there, or at least family friends that we haven't seen for a very, very long time. So I feel like because of that, it was like, reunion after so many years. Probably should see each other again. And, you know, it was kind of different because you haven't seen these people for such a long time, and you don't know who they are. Because apparently they were like family friends of my parents when we lived elsewhere and we were babies at the time, so it's like, I recognize the names from stories, but I don't exactly know you as people. And people be expecting me to remember things when I was like 5 or 3 or 4. How am I supposed to remember things from that age? I hardly do. People don't tend to remember things when they're super young like that. At least I don't. Some people have better memories than I do. A lot of people have better memories than I do. But yeah, and I think at the time I went there, Vegas was super, super hot. Because I mean, it's a desert, and I was really, really cranky because I really didn't want to be there. Wow, what just happened here? I really didn't want to be there. Oh, these are traps? We got traps now? Interesting. And of course, I guess this was probably still college, but I was technically still underage. Being underage, I can't gamble, I can't drink. What was there for me to do in a place known for gambling? I have no idea. I mean, suffice to say, I didn't enjoy my time there, and I think it kind of showed. And because of that, probably, I don't have a good impression of Vegas to begin with. There's people who enjoy it for various reasons. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, whatnot. I don't know, maybe I would need to be convinced. But the only thing I see Vegas for is maybe really good buffets. Apparently there's really good buffets in Vegas. I could respect that. But outside of the buffets, you're gambling for a chance to make extra, but everything in the casinos is geared for the casino to make money off of you. I think the rates are usually 10% where you actually win. And you would think the all right, let's grab this. You would think that the card tables would give you the best chance of winning, and they probably could if you counted cards, but I think they also consider counting cards as cheating because they don't want to lose their money, or people who are actually smart enough to do that. It's like, okay. It's like the one thing that the players can control, and you're not giving that to them because they're too smart for you. Okay. I don't know. It feels like a scam because of that. At least to me, it's like the most fair fun. Hey Raccoon, welcome. How's it going? Ruka saw your new model reveal vid and it looks cute. I'm looking forward to the full showcase of the model. Hope your day has been well as Easter. Forgot I got a massive egg. Thank you for that, Raccoon. I hope your Easter was also great. Right, it was Easter yesterday. Happy belated Easter, everyone. And thank you for the congratulations. We're not there yet, but I still have a bunch of stuff to do before the reveal. I don't know if anyone caught my message at the end of the video. I kind of just left it there for a tenth of a second. A tenth of a second, just because I knew. I don't know. It's just something fun for me to do. It was a very simple video. I was actually planning for a little bit, not necessarily elaborate, but at least a little better presentation on the video. And I basically slapped that together in a matter of few hours, just because it's what I could do on short notice. And I wanted to at least make a proper announcement of it before the actual thing, or at least like a week or two. I hope it was good enough. What is this? This is new. What is this? Whoa, wait. I can evolve weapons this early? I thought you can't evolve weapons before 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, wow. Now we're gonna have super OP lightning. I hope it's enough to keep me alive for a little bit longer. Also got a massive Easter egg with candy, but little to no chocolate. That is a bummer. Speaking of Easter candy, by the way, do you guys have any like favorite Easter candies? Like, for me personally, I think my favorite ones are the Cadbury eggs. I was not able to go out to the store yesterday or today to get the, what do you call it, to get the discount candies. So no Cadbury eggs for me to this year. But even so, Cadbury eggs are very overwhelming. Like, the amount of fondant in the middle of those things is ridiculous. But that's what makes them so good, right? Oh, it's what makes them so good. And some people like Peeps. I have tried Peeps, and I honestly don't understand Peeps. It's like, it's very sugar-coated, which is, and it's not very sweet. At least I don't remember it being too sweet. Which is fine, for the most part. The issue I have with Peeps, though, is the flavor is kind of funky. Is it just me, or do Peeps, like, taste weird to anyone else? It's like it's supposed to be marshmallow, but the marshmallow flavor on Peeps is not great. So I don't know what to make of it. Ooh, oh, wow, whoa. Stop right there, stop right there. Holy crap. What is this? The running of the bulls? There's like way too many things here. Oh my gosh, I can get the book this early. This is amazing. I'm still following this green arrow wherever the heck it is. I have not gotten there yet. Now, supposedly if you beat death, then you can get to this location much quicker. But we don't have death. So it's like, what do? We're at that point in the game where we have to choose which one we want to get. I guess let's go Clover. Not the ideal loadout, but we're gonna have to go for it. Hey Doobie, welcome. How's it going? How have you been? Just playing some Vampire Survivors, trying to practice my chat and chill. Because, good lord, I am terrible at bringing up conversations and keeping them going for any extended period of time without any other prompts. Like, you know the people that do just chatting streams for like 5, 6, 8 hours? That is insane. And I mean, it kind of helps that they have like chat to help them go off on tangents and stuff. Me, I gotta figure stuff out. But yeah. Anyway, you can talk for hours. I could probably talk for hours about Japan. But the thing about Japan is I like showing pictures of Japan at the same time, so that doesn't really help too much. Also, talking for hours with a friend, much easier than solo talk. Oh, nice. It looks like we got the jackpot here. Oh my gosh, we got the jackpot. Very nice. Yeah, it's been forever since I've seen this one. But yeah, it's like talking with a friend for hours. I've done that before and I enjoy those. It's like, what do you call this though? But solo talking, that's a little bit different. Oh, I got the time step. What's going on? Never had. Oh, wait, I'm gonna have. Hold up. I'm gonna have to scroll back up. Never had Cadbury or however you spell it, but I've seen ads for, and as for the peeps, I agree they do taste kind of a mouthload of artificially flavored sugar and plain marshmallows. Yeah, well, I'm not sure about plain marshmallows. It probably is. Like the Jet Puff marshmallows, just a regular marshmallows, those have much more flavor than the Peeps do. I'm kind of confused why those can taste so good and not the Peeps. Like, you would think the extra sugar coating around the Peeps would make it taste better, because at least with the sugar coating, you can like flavor that like strawberry, vanilla, lemon, whatever you want. You can make flavored sugar. That's I'm not gonna say that's easy to do, but at least that's that's a possibility that they could have done, but didn't. Like, they put all the sweetness supposedly in the sugar, but it tastes bleh. It tastes not great. So yeah, that's the main what do you call this, criticism with the Peeps, at least for me. You underestimate my ability to talk alone like a crazy dummy. I probably do. It's like I do have like, I mean, I have talked to myself before, but the conversations don't last hours, you know? That's just crazy. Why would you have a conversation with yourself that lasts hours? That's just crazy talk. At least the conversation with myself, like They last like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe at most. Because me, myself, and I resolve things fairly quickly. And it's we come to a decision fairly quickly. So it's like there's no reason to drag it out. The only time I actually drag conversations with myself out, not necessarily conversations, but let's just say decisions. Like you're going into a store. Say a store, one of your favorite stores. In my case, it would be like the stationery store. I like stationery. I could just be in a store and stare at the stationery for days. And that sounds weird to some people, but that's just kind of how I am. I like looking at the various books and notebooks, pens, papers. Oh, is this where we go? Nice. Milky Way map? Is this where the arrow was sending me? Alright, well, we're gonna have to go there later. But yeah, stationery, books, pens, paper, whatnot. Like, if you've never been in a good stationery store, if you've never been in a good stationery store before, you could get lost literally for hours. And at least in Japan, where they have all the stationery stores in the world, I could literally just stay there for hours looking through stuff and asking myself, do I really want to buy this? And the answer is always yes, but the other question I get is, do I have enough cash for this? Do I have enough space in my luggage to carry all this stuff? And the answer is sometimes yes, sometimes no. The issue there, though, is like, how early into the trip is this? If the place I want to shop at is really early in the trip, then chances are I probably can't buy too much, because later down the trip, at least near the end, I am going to be buying quite a few other souvenirs, namely food souvenirs. And those take up a lot of space. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of Japanese food souvenirs. They come in usually big boxes, big flat boxes, sometimes small flat boxes. But it's like, yeah, they take up a lot of space, and you only have so much space in your luggage. That's the main thing for me anyway. This game seems fun, but I've been over my time of liking roguelikes, can't enjoy infinite games anymore. Yeah, this is more. I mean, I tried this a few times, and I'll be honest, it's kind of repetitive. This is kind of repetitive, even among all the other games, because the main thing here is mission survive. That is the main thing in this game. But it also kind of makes, I don't know, just brainless. Not necessarily brainless, because it does get quite hectic as after like 20 or 30 minutes. I think 20 to 25 minutes, that's when things start to pick up quite a bit. And your goal for the first 20 minutes is become the best Toho boss you can possibly become. Because you're going to need to be a Toho boss to get all the way to 30 minutes. That's it. Keep in mind, this game is also still in early access. I don't know if the dev ever plans to make this into, like, have a story mode or something. I kind of doubt it. Just because the game itself doesn't lend itself to that. The game itself is a huge homage to Castlevania games and all the different enemies and weapons. That's basically what this is. For anyone denying that this is any way inspired by Castlevania, I think you're lying to yourself, because the signs for Castlevania are everywhere here, especially in the enemy sprites and the weapons. Now, they did give it a little twist with the weapon combinations and whatnot, but it's still there. You cannot deny it. It is there. And the only thing this really does is it's basically a boss rush. Let's be honest. Any time that anyone plays this game, it's not about the game. The game just gives you these crazy visuals, and if you know your item combinations, you can survive stuff fairly easily. Unlocking everything else, though, that's a different story. Oh. Unlocking things is a different story, and that... yeah. That takes a wiki and other people who have way too much time in their hands to figure out. I think the wiki lists everything, but you know, if you guys know what we need to do in these areas, let me know, because I don't know what they added. The last thing I saw was some arcanas, like we actually get tarot cards or something for buffs, which is like, you're just adding stuff for more damage, and that's it. What I would have... so right now the game is very, very basic. What I would like for the game to do... let me see what my options are. Oh, I can upgrade. So what I would like for the game to do is do something like actual bosses that throw attacks at you, because all the enemies, including bosses in this game, just slowly try to suffocate you into this one tiny space. That's what it does. And you know, I could literally just AFK, and I think I will here to prove a point. I could literally just AFK like this, and if you have a good enough setup, they'll never touch you. You see, right now they're not touching me. That's gonna change maybe in like the next 5 minutes. So the point is to keep the status quo for the next 13 minutes until 30, where the game says that's enough, you gotta die here. The guy is literally throwing Belmont axes and shooting Dracula fireballs, and people are denying it's Castlevania. Yeah, some people have said that. Which is like, that doesn't make any sense, because this is literally a, what do you call this? A homage to that. I will say though, what is this? I will say that I'm losing my train of thought. The thing that told me it was a blatant enemy design ripoff at the very least was this one boss in the library where it kind of looks like a giant green zombie thing. I don't know what its name is in this game, but there's a giant green zombie lizard looking thing in the library that looks exactly, minus the hat, exactly like the second form of this boss in Castlevania Symphony of the Night called Orlok. So, because of that, it is a blatant design ripoff, and I'm surprised that Konami, I think it's Konami anyway, hasn't canned them for that. I don't know, but Konami hasn't canned them for that, and I'm totally surprised by it. Castlevania, isn't that an anime or something? So Castlevania is originally a game series by Konami. Very long history. The anime was something they decided to do for Netflix at maybe several years ago. I've seen a few bits and pieces of it. I'll be honest though, Some people love it. I haven't finished it enough to say I like it, but the few scenes I saw felt a little bit too Western in the animation style, so I never went through as far as finishing it. So yeah, I mean, it does have, excuse me, it does have its fans, and you know that's perfectly fair. Just for me, it's not for me because the animation style bugs me a little bit. But that's more of a me thing than anything else. But yeah, I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. But as soon as we get all of our weapons maxed out, I can probably just AFK, maybe not move too much, and it's basically GG until 30 minutes. So what I got right now is probably not the ideal setup, but what you really want to do here is have a lot of knockback so that things don't get to you. Now this golem here is kind of getting close to me, so I probably should move a little bit to make way. Come on. Ruka babe, I love you, but come on, you can't get more Westerner than Castlevania. It's basically a homage to American horror. Is it really? I mean, I can see that, but the thing is, okay, let's just say it is a homage to American horror, even though the horror part is questionable. I will say the horror part is questionable. I see it more of a horror, like gothic adventure. I hesitate to say a horror adventure because it lacks a whole lot of horror elements that would actually make it scary. Because to me, if you say horror, it has to be at least somewhat scary, and Castlevania is anything but. It is an adventure though, so I will give it that. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna die. Is it possible? It is totally possible. But right now, all I care about is unlocking things. Where's my chicken? I need a chicken. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about. I think the one iconic scene I remember from the anime is I think it was one of the Belmonts tossing his whip into an enemy, or at least a zombie or something, and ripping their eye out, and the eye ripping portion was, I wouldn't say graphic or gory, but it was quite detailed. It was very detailed to levels I did not realize it was going to be detailed. Like, nothing wrong about that at all. It's just it very reminds me of this very edgy Western animation style, and that's where I decided I just would not touch it. Maybe in the future I could be convinced to give it another shot, but right now I'm still literally cringing from that scene. I don't know why, but I am cringing from it, and that is my main gripe with it. It looks like all my weapons are already maxed out, so any more levels I get is just to give me more money, health, and whatnot. So I'm just gonna AFK here. If I have to move, it's probably because something is closing in on me, like a boss or something that I can't knock back. But, you know, we still got about 8 minutes at this stage. I think I unlocked one map. There might be something else here, I don't know. Supposedly there's a coffin somewhere on this stage, but I don't know which way to go. But I'm hoping there's some upgrade or something later on. Oh, okay, no, oh, no, you're oh, don't come close to me. Also, the other thing about the this game is you do not want to over level. Because if you over level, the enemies only get stronger and you don't. And considering my loadout is already maxed out, I'm kind of in a bad position. Because I cannot get any stronger, but these guys can. So all these gems on the ground, those are EXP gems. If I get close to any of them, I gain EXP. I gain experience points. And if I level up too much before the end here, I am literally going to be swarmed by hyper strong enemies, and it will not be a good time for me. So I will only move when I absolutely have to. Otherwise, it is AFK time. It is AFK time. But yeah, speaking of anime, have you guys watched any anime recently? What do you call this? Any anime recently that you liked? Any anime you want to share? I think there's a few that I've started this season, but I'm kind of waiting for some more to pick up on. Can we kill an army? We're basically fighting a horde of stuff. I think right now minotaurs are coming through. This is basically an army. So yeah, we're already literally killing an army. We're just AFKing because they can't touch us. You see this ring of death? You see this ring of death over here? Yeah, they're not gonna get close anytime soon. Maybe after 25 minutes, they might get close. Only a Scythe pulls several comically large axes. Ah man, all the knockback in the world. Also, lightning is super OP. I'm kind of glad they gave lightning a weapon evolution, because when the last time I played this, lightning did not have an evolution yet, and it made it strong, but it could have been stronger. And now with the lightning weapon, you see the bolts of lightning going through the entire screen. That's like damage, knockback, everything. They made Alucard lore accurate. Also, well, they also, this is also not Alucard. You see this. If you look closely at the sprite in the middle, I can't zoom in. That's as close as I can get. But if you look, oh crap. If you look at the sprite in the middle, this is not actually Alucard. I don't think we have an Alucard stand-in just yet. But this is more like gender-bent Alucard, if you want to call it that. There is like maybe 1 or 2 pixels right around the chest area that kind of shows boobs. That is how detailed the sprites are. They don't even get a cut. They don't even get cut in art. All right, there is no cut in art to show what these characters are supposed to look like. You just have these low-res sprites. I have to say though. I have to say, the dev did put quite a decent amount of work in on the enemy sprites. I do have to admire that. Like these armors, I mean, they're kind of dying left and right, but I like the shading on the armor. At least for this type of game, it matches the palette and these. I'm guessing cockatrice, the petrifying chickens. Those are also kind of nice. So is the minotaurs. Those are scythes, so those were tentacles. They are not tentacles. I don't think there's any tentacle weapons here. The closest we can probably get to tentacles in this game is a whip. And I did not choose the whip here, but the whip is actually pretty decent on knockback. Maybe in the next map we can try using a whip. So we'll see. We'll see about that. All right, but yeah, yeah, you can see the boobs. It's kind of there. It's kind of there. There's actually a few characters with visible boobs. There's like what do you call this? I think this one has. I think this one has the most visible of them all, though. I think Whip has decent knockback. Wait, what killed me? Oh, thank goodness I have a revive, but something killed me. What the heck happened here? Oh no! Okay, I got careless. I got super careless. Oh my gosh. I didn't see the enemy coming at me. That was my bad. I think I only have like maybe one revive, so I gotta be careful. And we still got like 3 minutes left before we finish the stage. Man, I do love this this gotcha animation here. Possibly one of the best things in the game, just because they give you this really hype music. And what do we use the money for? We use the money to unlock characters and buffs before we go into a stage, because that's the only thing they're good for. I probably should look for a chicken, though. I don't know if I'm going to survive before then. Okay, I need to watch out for bosses. I got a little bit complacent there. If I die again, I think it would be game over. I thought the most Roguevania was Dead Cells, but no, this is literally Roguevania. No, I've actually never tried Dead Cells. It was recommended to me by a few people. But also a few friends have said Dead Cells, they couldn't get into Dead Cells for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure why. But, you know, I mean, the roguelite formula... I got nothing against roguelite, the roguelite formula in general. I do see it as maybe a slightly overused mechanic for game development. At least indie game development, because it's literally very easy to just kind of make it and not have to think too much about anything else. But the thing about it is like you could do something a little bit more creative, maybe actual game design. There are some roguelike games that could be made without actually being a roguelite. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I have certainly run into a few of those where, like, you know, I can see what's happening. Oh, is this okay? Quick question, guys: is the stream lagging for you guys? Is the stream lagging for you? If it is, I probably could do something about that. But I'm okay on my side. I'm just curious if it's lagging for anyone with all these damage numbers popping up. I know I am getting swarmed by things, though, and that is normal for this part of the game. We got 1 minute to survive. We got 1 minute. I just need to not get hit by anything too dangerous. It would literally be bad. Oh my gosh, there's way too many golems here. How am I... Oh, okay, this could actually be bad. This could actually be bad. Okay. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Why are there so many golems? Why are there so many golems? Oh no, oh no. Chicken, I need chicken. Give me all the... Oh my gosh. There's too many golems. How the heck do I keep you guys away? Oh my gosh, 33 seconds to go. I don't think I have to get to 30 minutes to clear this stage, but I don't know if it does anything to get to 30 minutes for clearing a stage, but holy crap, those golems, they do not want to go back. I don't know if there's anything I could have done about them. Maybe if I had the cross, that might have helped, but I honestly don't know if I could have done anything about that. Holy crap, these... Yeah. Well, but we got a few unlocks, though. Let's see, a couple of maps. Yeah, we got map. Is this a new item? Gold, okay. So a bunch of different stuff. So usually after a while, if you haven't played this before, if you unlock certain conditions, you unlock you meet certain conditions and you are able to get more characters and unlocks. So I had enough for that bear. And we're gonna check out the other maps while we're at it. Hey, workshop, welcome. How's it going? Just doing a little re- look up on the new dungeon, not dungeon, Vampire Survivors update. I am several updates behind, apparently. The dev apparently has also been updating the game every week or two. So I don't know what all the new stuff is, where all these things are hidden. So if you know, let me know. I am totally open to that. Because my job is just to survive and keep talking. What is this banish thing? Once per rank allows you to remove an item from level up choices. Clicked your icon picture and your video looks like Castlevania. Well, the game is very heavily inspired on Castlevania, from the items to the enemies. I won't say it's a rip completely, but it definitely has lifted quite a few things. Like you see this icon over here for banish. It does look like the holy ashes from Castlevania Symphony of the Night, except it's upside down. We also have the heart, I guess, the armor. I don't know about the max health heart. Maybe it's not. The candles here for area. I think the rest of these are mostly just for this game. But if you look over here, we have Antonio here. This was our starter character. And he literally starts with a whip. He's basically a Belmont, but he's not a Belmont in name. He's literally a Belmont. And then there's a oh, this would be the Alucard. This would be the Alucard homage right here. And then you have female Alucard on this side. Arcaladonna, Portaladonna. They do have names. And then you have the skeleton. You know, the skeletons that toss their bones everywhere and kind of annoys you and stuff. And each one of these guys have starting weapon. So fireball, lightning. I don't think I've ever seen the lightning ring in any of the Castlevania games before. But yeah. The Bible, very recognizable. The cross, very recognizable. Holy water, very recognizable. As well as this, the knife. Now, the rune tracer, this little diamond thing, may be from Symphony of the Night only. At least at least the bouncy ball thing, the little bouncy light thing from Symphony of the Night, may be that. Garlic, I don't know if garlic is in any Castlevania game. It might be an item that you can use, but I'm not entirely sure. Belmon, Ubu card. Ubu card, basically. Favorite roll action, Belmont said Die Monster. Die, monster, you don't belong in this world. It was not by my hands that was once again given flesh. I was summoned here by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. Perhaps the same could be said of all religions. Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you. What is a man? Nothing but a little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. I love that line. I love that. I think I need to do Castlevania Symphony of the Night again eventually. Oh. I think I played it once before on the anniversary for the game when it was released. And I tried to do a speed run of Richter's like playing as Richter, a speed run of playing Richter, because that was much faster than trying to do a speed run for Alucard. At least I feel like it was faster, even though I died quite a bit of times when I was doing that. So yeah. Okay, Cavallo. Let's see. Gets more projectiles every 20 levels. All right, I guess we'll try this guy out, and we got a new map, I think. Gallow Tower. Let's see. Vigo other ones. Is this the newest stage? I think this might be the newest stage, but I also got this thing from Milky Way. Not sure where that comes from. All right, well let's give the stage a try. Ooh, it looks like I've been summoned, and I am throwing confetti. What is this? Okay, the weapon we got right now is a little bit unreliable. Let's go with the magic wand. I kind of want to do the peachone, but let's do the magic wand first. We need some decent knockback, and this thing has no knockback whatsoever. Seems like there's a place we can explore. Green arrow says so, so I'm gonna go where green arrow says to go. Wait, what is up here? Give me the Bible. Bible's good. Oh, great. There are 2 places where I can go. Yeah, this place looks a little bit small. Banish one to the left. Maybe not quite yet. Rune Tracer. Would Rune Tracer be good in this area? I feel like I like the axe once we actually get to it. This game looks like Toho. Well, you're basically trying to be the best Toho boss you can possibly be. that is the point of this game. And all these enemies, they're trying to take you down. and the only attacks they can do is ram into you. But it's more than effective at doing what's supposed to do. So yeah. But you are trying to be the best Toho boss ever. Oh, did I miss something? No, I did not. Oh, does this place have like 2 items that I can grab? Excuse me. But okay, this did not used to be a thing, but if you see the green arrow at the top and bottom of the screen, I think that tells you what tells you what you can find on the stage, and I feel like that didn't used to be a thing, so I'm going to where the arrows are and seeing what we can pick up, because we definitely need to pick some stuff up for unlocks. Question is, what are they? I have no idea. And at the same time trying to avoid and level up, because we need levels. We are going to die without levels. But so far, I am being a very bad Toho boss. I am not even leveling. Oh, wow. You see that? That is definitely... Yeah, you see these things? That is definitely Castlevania right there. The bone dragon. I think that's what they're called, bone dragons. Ah, jeez. Alright, maybe I think... I'm kind of torn right now if I should be leveling up a little bit. Or do I just keep going to the goal? Because I don't know how far this thing is, and I know my weapons right now are not the best. So maybe I need at least a couple more levels in Bible. Because Bible is pretty good at knocking things back, except it's not constant until the evolution portion of it. So yeah. I'm actually surprised how small this area is. Like, if you saw the last place we were at, there's like up, down, left, right, but here it's basically just an up-down map. And the sides are... you can get closed in. The library is also laid out the same way, kind of, except instead of being vertical, it's horizontal. So yeah. But yeah, I think geez, we were talking about Castlevania earlier, the anime and the games. I feel like Castlevania as a series has not been the same ever since maybe the Game Boy era, the Game Boy Advance era. When they decided to go 3D, I feel like it just wasn't Castlevania anymore. Is it just me? It's like it just wasn't Castlevania anymore when it went 3D. And quite honestly, I don't know. 50% chance to explode. You know what? I think I need something close range in this map. So it's whip time. Let's grab the whip. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Go up, go up. I will have to say the dev did have one original design, kind of, sort of. If you look for the skeletons with the red bandana, he basically put Ricardo Milos into the game, and for that I respect him for, or I respect him for it. Except now we're beating up the skeleton of Ricardo Milos, and I don't know how I feel about that. But it's there, so props to the dev for that. I don't know what the cherry bomb is supposed to do. I feel like I could use more whips though. Play the keep away game while I'm trying to get to wherever the heck this thing is telling me to go. Seems to be a good plan. That's nice. Yeah, I feel like the transition from 2D to 3D for Castlevania was not the best decision at all. Totally disagree on that. Ooh, what's this? Oh, those are... Oh, that's bait. That is bait. Normally these chandeliers, or whatever you want to call them, is a good thing. But I think I stepped on a trap and that was bait. What is this? This is why I came all... No, this isn't it. That's not why I came all the way up here for. And I just picked up something I didn't want. Well, crap. I feel like I'm super weak for this area. What is going on here? Well, I am being a very bad Toho boss right now. Alright. Let's push our way up. Because I want to know what's up here. This place might need 2 runs to get whatever secrets they're hiding. Yeah, as far as the Castlevania games, I think I played Aria of Sorrow and maybe Circle of the Moon, as well as, you know, Symphony of the Night. Who hasn't played Symphony of the Night? Or at least, if you haven't played Symphony of the Night, it might be hard to find. I don't know where you can get it these days. But if you can, definitely give it a try, because it's one of the best Castlevanias, and basically when Symphony of the Night happened, it kind of changed the entire series. And it was a good thing. Until they went 3D, and then that was a bad thing. I enjoyed those quite a bit, though. I enjoyed those quite a bit. I felt like they were a little too easy. Like, once you get certain combinations of items and stuff, you can get super broken. And, you know, they probably meant for you to do that. Holy crap, what the heck? They're not stopping. They're not letting me go up. Okay. Banish 1 item. I don't want to banish anything yet. But this game does not want to make me... does not want me to advance for whatever reason. Well, I guess we're gonna be stuck here for a little while trying to level up while trying to figure out how to get up there. This just might be a natural barrier though, because we haven't seen that anywhere else, and that's literally the only thing stopping us from advancing. And I feel like the only way to safely get through that is to evolve some of our items. I guess I'll grab the Hollow Heart. Might as well have it set. But yeah, the Castlevania anime, what didn't they make like 2 seasons of that? Are they planning to make more? I'm just curious. Maybe one of these days, like I said, maybe one of these days I'll watch it. Oh, clear. It's clear. I am leaving a lot of experience points behind, but you know what? That's okay. I just want to keep pushing forward wherever that might lead me. I guess I'll go for the... Oh, yeah. We definitely need this. Why are we, like, going up the tower? I feel like this is, like, near the end of Symphony of the Night in design. Like, you know, right before you get to where Dracula used to be at the beginning of the game. That's kind of what it feels like, except you're not jumping or flying to get there. Because there's no such mechanic in this game. You're just going up, 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 up. Okay, now we got a horde. And I don't have any good setup for this horde. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, okay, Death is going to be very likely unless I come up with something, unless I level up here, okay. And too many little... you know what, okay, we can work with that. Oh, we're gonna have to force through. We're gonna have to force through. Give me more cherry bombs. I don't know what the cherry bombs do or how good they are, but we need more cherry bombs. Oh no. I need some roast chicken. Where's the roast chicken? I just can't walk through these and tank them all the time. This is not a chill map. Actually, it's either the map or my character choice. I'm willing to bet it's partly my character choice. Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's partly my character choice. Hurting me at the moment. Oh, jeez. Alright, we got all the items we could possibly need. We got confetti. If I had to evaluate our Toho boss level is... Well, we're not there yet. But I feel like the end game for this setup is not very good. I just don't have any confidence we can survive with any decent chance to getting to 30 minutes. I thought we did in the previous one, but I was wrong. I was super wrong. I'll be honest though. For the people that stream this game regularly, I don't understand why people stick around for this. Because I mean, you can definitely do a bunch of challenges and stuff. But those challenges are like huge trial and error stuff, and holy crap, I don't think I've seen you guys before. Um, take it easy, yo. I'm just trying to toss a confetti. Yeah, confetti. Nice. What's my weapon levels? I think I'm gonna save the treasure chest for a little bit. Need to grab a couple of levels before I get the chest. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be waiting for another chest for quite a while. And we need that chest to evolve weapons. Gosh darn it, this game is not giving me the weapons in my level ups that I need. I will say, though, that confetti is doing good work. The explosions do good damage and decent knockback, but not immediately on contact, which is the only weakness I can see with this. But otherwise, pretty decent. Otherwise, pretty decent. Okay. Woo! Don't touch me, don't touch me. Gosh darn it, I'm getting blocked in. This is not Gucci, this is not ideal. I need to up my Toho boss level powers right now if we're going to survive this. I don't think Banish is really that good unless you're looking for a specific build. I grabbed it because it was a power-up we could use. And you know what? If we got nothing else to spend it on, I guess why not? But still, I feel like I could have used the cash on something else. Alright. Please give me at least a weapon of something so I can... Oh, alright. This will be our first evolution then. We're gonna go pew pew pew, like we've never gone pew 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 in our entire lives. Maybe this would have helped in the previous one because it's very good single target damage, as well as decent knockback apparently, but mostly single target damage. And now we are being the Toho boss we are meant to be. Give me that chicken. And this thing below that's trying to attack me. It can't get near me, thankfully. Oh, I do need that though. Hold up. Let me level my Bible really quick and then we'll grab it. The King James version of the Bible. Not that I know what the versions of Bibles are, but apparently the King James version is the most popular one, or at least the most widely circulated one. And now we have a evil Bible, but it's going to help us become a Toho boss. So you know what? We will take even the power of evil to be a Toho boss. Okay, what's in this way? Can I actually go up unopposed, and hopefully this thing is worth it, whatever the heck it is. It better be worth it. This better be worth it. Oh my gosh, you just get a decent setup and... What is this? Oh! Wait. What was attacking me? I was like slowing down and I was getting a... What is this? Healing is doubled. Recovering HP damages nearby enemies. Oh, that's what I got. Randomizo. Randomize cards. I'm guessing there's a tarot card thing that we're talking about. Okay, now let's get out of here because we do not need to be here. Something was killing me very, very badly. Let's go the other direction. Let's go the other direction. Okay, something was attacking me and slowing me over there. I am walking at a snail's pace, which probably means we're not going to get where we want to anytime soon. But we are gonna try, for gosh darn it. I don't know what this slashy thing is on the screen, because that definitely was not there before. But I am losing HP quite regularly. I think the weapon, one of my weapons, is actually hurting me, which is not what I expected. It's like friendly fire in the worst possible way. Oh my gosh, I'm going so slow. It's ridiculous. Why am I going so slow? So much for chill game. This is not chill anymore. Hey, chicken. At least we got healed quite a bit. But now it's gonna take me forever and a half to get down there. Alright. Also, the name Santa Water for the holy water, I honestly don't know why it's called Santa Water. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I guess technically Santa maybe means like saint or holy water in Italian, I don't know. So yeah. Remember a fan game Castlevania? It was a fighting game and players fought by throwing projectiles at each other until they died. Do you remember the name of that? Because it kind of reminds me. I mean, you can... Oh, I can move in normal speeds now. What was that about? Oh, and then I randomly slowed down for whatever reason. Okay. Imagine two Mega Man bosses fighting each other sounds clunky but surprisingly functional. Okay, you say that. You say that, but there is actually a PvP Mega Man game. I remember seeing it in the arcades once and never again. But there is a PvP Mega Man game. I forgot exactly the name of the game. But it was, I think the game where Axel may have been introduced, not entirely sure. And this was like Mega Man, not Mega Man X. So it was that era of Mega Man. Ooh, what's this? But yeah, it does exist. And if you think about Mega Man Battle Network, it kind of is the same thing. Maybe, except Mega Man Battle Network isn't quite a fighting game, though. It's, if you really stretch the definition of fighting game, it's kind of sort of one. So maybe kind of sort of. Possibly. Maybe. Who knows? I will say, though, if you wanted to replicate that Castlevania fan game, you could definitely do it in Smash. You do have at least one Belmont. You can have two Belmonts, and you could have both of them whip and toss items at each other. You could definitely do that. Is it gonna be effective? I don't know. I don't play Smash, so I can't tell you. I just know what I've seen. But speaking of Castlevania fan game, though, I think so there's this Toho fan game where either Reimu or Sakuya is the boss. I'm not talking about Luna. Is the main character. Yeah, I'm not talking about Luna Knights. Luna Knights also, I mean, it's also a Metroidvania, right? But I'm specifically talking about a Metroidvania before Luna Nights was made. I think this was before Luna Nights was made. Called Scarlet Destiny or something like that. Komajo. Komajo Densetsu. I think it was Scarlet Legend. And there were 2 fan games of it. I played both of them at some point. And they're actually getting ported. I'm not sure if it's a Steam or Switch, but they're getting ported, and once they get ported, I do want to play that on stream because I remember it being fun, but also at the same time a little bit clunky. Hit detection, movement, a little too fast, a little bit too sensitive, but overall it was kind of fun, so why not? So we'll look forward to that when the time comes. But it was a very, what do you call it? It was very stylistically Symphony of the Night, and that was really great. Want to have my Easter egg in my game? Sure. What game are you making? Do you have any devlogs of it that you publish? Because I kind of want to see it. I want to see it. I'm interested in any indie, not just indie game devs, but any game devs. Because I do appreciate the work that they put into it. My friends are game devs, and you know it takes a lot of work from planning to coding to art, just putting it together. Some of them do everything by themselves, or at least do the heavy lifting by themselves. So much appreciated on that front, and much respect. I think that's the most important thing. Much respect for the work that they do. Because it ain't easy, especially the game design. Game design is something I have dabbled in for the longest time. And I kind of want to do it, like show you some stuff about it. Eventually, maybe. I think I tried once, didn't work out too well. But maybe in the future, we'll have like a stream or something where we try to do some very, very basic game design, or at least have a series of streams where we try to complete a very simple game, because it will take a while. It will take a while. It's fun though. Game dev is fun, but you have to want to do it, otherwise it's never going to be finished. It just takes that long. You tell me. It's taking me a lot to learn eventing and Ruby, but it's fun. Doing a professional course worth every penny, but I'm using 2000. You're using RPG Maker 2000? Why not 2K3? Why 2000? Why not do VX or VX Ace or even MV? MV and MZ are much easier to work with. JavaScript is a whole lot less finicky than Ruby. Let me tell you that. I tried modifying the Ruby scripts in VX and VX Ace, and that was not easy. That was not easy. It's like I thought I got certain things to work, but no. Apparently there were other things that I didn't take into account, and either the scripts either my modifications were not working at all, or it broke something completely. So yeah, I feel like I think if you want to start getting into game dev, there is this what do you call this? There is this thing that someone introduced me to called ct.js. We'll probably do a stream on that eventually. We'll probably do a stream on ct.js because it's really simple. It's a JavaScript game, so it's a JavaScript platform, or what's a proper word for it? It's a JavaScript engine. So it's really easy to pick up. It's really easy to code for if you know a little bit of JavaScript. So we might get into that. It's not RPG Maker though. I think it's mainly used for platformers and teaching. So we'll probably get into that at some point. Because Mama raised no quitter, and because 2000 is really fun, somewhat easier. I don't have anything. I don't have any experience with anything before XP. I think I tried XP for a little bit, didn't understand what I was doing at the time, so I kind of left that alone. And eventually, when VX and VX Ace came out, I decided to pick it up again because my friends are heavily involved with like the RPG Maker community. So I got into it because of that. And with MV and MZ out, I think MZ is the latest one and the more robust one. It's become a lot even easier to work with it. So that's the reason why I suggest those. Though VX and VX Ace is also pretty easy to work with. Functionality wise though, I think functionality wise XP is very powerful. Though if you want to script for it, it is balls hard. Like you try to do any custom scripting for XP, and half the time it just does not work. Half the time it just does not work or take effect. So it's like, what am I doing wrong? I tried a lot of stuff before and it just does not work. VX Ace though, a little bit easier to work with. At least for me personally. And then MZ and MV, much easier to work with if you know what you're looking for. Imagine eventing on VX Ace, crank it by 110%. It's where Yumi Nikki was made, saw that this was the engine used to make most of the games I loved, and I was sold. Okay, I can see that. The thing about Yumi Nikki and most of the classic RPG Maker games, though, is, let's be quite frank, they are not true RPGs. They are more action adventure, not hide and seek, but exploration. They didn't really do RPG. Name me one classic RPG Maker game that was actually an RPG. I will look into it. Because I don't know. Because most of the famous RPG Maker games are not actually RPGs. They're more like interactive visual novels. Kind of, sort of. That was my... Oh! Whoa, crab? Oh my gosh, there's a crab here! And it's got a giant claw, what the heck? Okay, oh! There is death down here, what the heck? I kind of broke my immersion. Now hold on. But I kind of broke my immersion. I see stuff made on Yumi Nikki, and instead of enjoying, I'm like, oh, she hit the parallax in the picture and made that event. Change variable. Yeah, I mean, once you get into like game dev or anything that's creative, your immersion is kind of broken, and you start to notice things you didn't notice before, for better or worse. For better or worse. Like let's say people that work with music, it's kind of the same thing, right? Normally, if you don't deal with music mixing or anything like that, you just hear the music, everything's fine and dandy, and you know what? You can carry on your day without any issues. But once you get to the nitty-gritty of mixing music, and this has happened to one of the people I follow on Twitter, you start to hear things that you didn't hear before, and you get annoyed by your old stuff. Because now it just sounds so bad to you. And you know what? Most of the people that listen to it are not gonna know. The only people that will know is you and maybe some professionals. But even I feel like even the professionals will listen to it first for composition and just enjoyability and take it for that. And then if they want to nitpick at it, they will definitely nitpick. They will definitely go dig deeper and say, yeah, you could probably mix this better. Maybe you could have done this better. And that's good for improvement. So yeah. Lisa the paint. Oh, Lisa. I've heard stories about Lisa. It's definitely a game I do not ever want to touch, but I have heard stories. I've seen a few videos about it. Oh boy. What kind of person made that game? I really want to know, because I feel like they had a lot of stuff that happened in their lives, and they made something super depressing. That is my impression on Lisa. Actually, anyone who makes a game that's not just super depressing, but also super disturbing, and also very real, has a message I feel like they want to say, but can't say it in any other form. That's what Lisa was to me, from the little exposure I have to it, have with it. I think in a sense, Omori was also something like that, but yeah, just between you guys and me. Just between you guys and me about Omori, I know part of the development of Omori because some of my friends were. I shouldn't say anything past that, but I let's just say I know some of the development in Omori, and see, you know what? It's actually just a good story. So there's no agenda there as far as I could tell. Let's just leave it there. Oh, whoa, I'm almost at 30 minutes? I'm not even trying to get to 30 minutes. I'm just trying to get to whatever the heck is down here. What the heck? Okay. Wait, what those were made in 2000, in like 2000? I think 2003, our RPG Maker 2K3 is probably what a lot of people use at the time to make side view battle, because you know side view battle is such a staple, especially if you've grown up playing Final Fantasy enough and all that stuff. With Dragon Quest, it's normally front view battle, right? You normally have the front view. You don't see anything from the side. You just see the enemies. Enemies could be animated. Your attacks will be animated. Get away! Move, you big fat skeletons. How are you so big? How are you so big? I'm just trying to get through. Trying to get to whatever this thing is down here. And I only have 30 seconds to do it because... You know, this is actually going much better than I thought it would. There's actually, at the very least, this is going much better than Dairy Plant. Dairy Plant killed me. Not so much here. 10 seconds till the end. 10 seconds to the end. Can I make... Oh, I missed it. 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 Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let's grab it. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. Permanently allows to speed up time in stage selection. That's it. That's what I traveled all the way here for. Okay. So at 30 minutes, if you guys don't know, at 30 minutes, death comes and literally ends your run. Now, there is a way to beat death. This is not the place to beat death. This is not the place to beat death. Oh, we got water death and we got death. I see. It's worse, you play the game and be like, man, this stuff is really cool. I wonder how hard it is. Then you learn how to do it and be like, wait, that's just a picture with two switches. Yeah. If you know how RPG Maker works, yeah. I think with Unity, it's a quite a bit more complicated. It's not as easy to pick up as RPG Maker. And the nice thing about RPG Maker is you can do games that are not just RPG. You can do like visual novels. You can do like like little movies and stuff. You can do like hide and seek. You can do adventure, but it is geared towards RPG. That's what it's meant for. So yeah, I mean, it's neat once you learn how to do that stuff. And you know what? As long as the game is well made, you can you can probably you can yeah, you can tell what what people did with the programming if it's RPG Maker, but it's like it's still impressive. It's still impressive. Custom or custom or not, it's still impressive because it does take work. And some of the things that people make with just RPG Maker is like, geez, these giant maps. Human Nikki is a one huge giant map with a bunch of portals and like character if like moving your characters different places, and they had to plan all that out somehow. There was this one madman who made a bullet hell in Maker 2K3, and I'm like, how? 2K3 doesn't have coding, it's just events. They made it work. They made it work. They had the creativity enough to get that to work. All right. Well, that was a lot better than expected. I don't think I unlocked any new characters. Let's go one more. Let's go one more. Supposedly there is a character you can unlock by finding coffins. The thing is, I don't know where the coffins are. So we're gonna have to figure that out. In the meantime, we need to get a few more power-ups. Oh crap, I don't have enough for armor. We could maybe move a little faster, but let's get rid of I guess banish is all right. Luck, too expensive. Speed, projectile speed, we don't really need that. Recovery 3000. Let's go for move. Let's go for greed. Let's go for greed. Greed, and that's all I can afford. Okay. All right. Let's go one more. I love how Humaniki is an empty map with a moving GIF below the most of the maps. It's amazing. Is it really a moving GIF? I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense. I didn't realize you could add GIFs into RPG Maker. I know it takes PNGs and a lot of images, but I didn't. Huh. Well, a moving GIF would definitely have like less processing power than manually eventing the back and forth of an image. So that does make sense. Okay. Well, the giant panda bear was interesting. Not sure I like that too much. I'm gonna go back to my trusty Porta over here. I like Porta quite a bit. Even though she did die, so. Really? Just those 4 stages? I guess I gotta look for the characters now. There's supposed to be a... What do you call this? A coffin in the dairy plant? I don't know where the heck it is. So if anyone knows where the coffin in the dairy plant is, let me know. I'm gonna go that way. I kind of want to unlock a character just to see what they're about. But this might be the last run for today, so hyper hurry. What the heck is hyper and hurry? I don't want to know. Oh, what's this? Healing is doubled. Okay, so we only have 1 tarot card so far? Can I get a random one? Okay, I guess I can't pick that. I have to pick this one. In VX8, you can't. You gotta code this, but 2K and 2K3 has a lot of built-in specifications just to do stuff like this alone. Ah, I see. I didn't realize that. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you can't do scripting. If it's mostly eventing, it does make sense that you would want to give that kind of functionality. Though I'm kind of surprised they didn't that they didn't include it in future versions. But then again, from XP to VX and even VX Ace, they did get rid of, like, I think one certain map layer functionality that was very useful in XP. I forgot what it was, but I remember one time in VX Ace anyway, I was looking to do something specific and couldn't do it because the functionality was literally gone. Could not. So it's like, okay. It's a whole new world. I'm loving it. Yeah, it's fun to mess around with. It definitely is fun to mess around with. So enjoy that. Enjoy it. Banish. Let us banish the knife. I don't want the knife. Whip is pretty useful. Do I want the axe though? The axe is still useful. And duplicator, yes, we want the duplicator. More lightning. Yes, more lightning. Oh, magic wand, yes. They didn't even include the built-in animation maker for FX for 2003. Granted, most people make their own, but again, you could recycle sprites and make animations for. Yeah, you could. You could. By animation maker, are you talking about like the skill animations or something else? Because I know there's a skill animation editor in VX, but there's not like a side view animator for VX because side view is not the default for VX or even. Well, I think MV has a. I think MV and MZ has a side view. Skill animations, but they can be used in map for anything else. Can't you not use it in map in VX? I feel like you can, unless I'm remembering wrong, possibly. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, I have a map. Oh, this is very useful. Okay, so I think I know where to go next. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down because that's where our next thing is. Oh wow, this. I don't know if this map is relative or exact, but this could be huge. The database for VX is messy. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it is in 2003 and 2000, but I don't think it's too bad. Organization is always going to be an issue, and you can't get past certain limits without scripts, which you may want to use. Like, there is a reason. There's a reason why there are specific devs for just making scripts, like in VX and VX Ace, because there was a lot of functionality that was missing. Yanfly, what do you call this? Yanfly made some scripts, and then he made more scripts for MV and MZ with Visu Stella, and they do a really good job on it. So, and that's, I mean, you can make your own, but when they make half the work that much easier for you, It's your choice whether or not to make something custom or use what they got for a small fee, and I think that's perfectly fine on them. Did I watch the Sonic 2 movie? I have not watched the Sonic 2 movie. I haven't even watched the first Sonic movie. Not because I don't want to, but because I just haven't had the chance. And I don't know, watching movies personally. I think the last movie I watched by myself may have been the Love Live movie, actually. The Love Live movie, the first Love Live movie, was the last movie I saw, and that was a while. I feel like I need a huge motivation to watch any movie, and Sonic is just not one of them. I'm not against it, it's just not one of them. I do hear a lot of praise for the Sonic movie, so maybe I should eventually. The problem is some guys want their script paid and don't let it be used for commercial purposes. Well, I think theirs is okay for commercial purposes. You would have to double check the terms for it. And the only thing is, what is it? I'm trying to think. Don't try to I can't say the word. But basically there's this term in coding where it means everything is like encrypted or at least ciphered. Don't break that encryption or cipher and then share it with everyone, because that is actually against the terms. But otherwise you can use it for everything. And I think that is part of it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, I mean, if you want to learn how to script by yourself, that's definitely one way to do it. See, and the thing is, you don't need all those scripts. You really don't. A lot of the stuff you can invent yourself. It's just scripting makes certain things a whole lot easier, because all you have to do is add in some tags, and the tags do everything for you. Now, if you're trying to do like something really, really weird, I don't know. It depends. There's definitely some applications I feel like that you could do something funky, and even those scripts won't be able to help you with that. What is that? Oh! They do not want me getting through there. I see. What the heck? Okay. It seems like whatever is in this coffin is being protected, like very, very heavily. What the heck? It's worth protecting. Oh, I think I might be able to chip away at this ever so slowly. The thing is, these guys go in and out. Do I have to? Well, I found the coffin. How do I? Oh, I have to beat all of them? Do I have to beat all of them? I thought I just had to touch this thing. Alright, we're gonna kill you all, and free whatever it is in this coffin. I hope it's not like the end of the world or anything like that. That would be bad. But I mean, you've seen how I play this game as we talk. It's not difficult at all. It's actually really easy. It's just kind of crazy the things you can do. The things you can do with all the item combos, but there's definitely some favorites as far as item combos go that are useful for a lot of situations. But yeah, I mean, like I said, let's be honest. This game is not about the game itself. It's just an excuse to see a bunch of stuff on screen, become a Toho boss, and chill and chat, which is what we're doing right now. VX Ace event tab has 3 pages. Most of it is memes. 2000 has 4, and it's all functional, but still memes. What do you mean memes? What do you mean memes? I don't understand. I literally do not understand. Has icons? Does 2000 2003 not have item icons? I thought that's like a standard. Unless I'm wrong. Thank you, Porter Ladonna, but the vampire's in another coffin. What? Okay. Oh. That was okay, that's a weird thing. But it looks like we got a new character from that. Okay. Congratulations, we got a new character. Nice. Part of me kind of just wants to exit the stage and go to the other stage that we just that we did a little while ago, because this is literally all we need from here. Just that one character. You know what? Okay, monsters, do your best to kill me, because I'm not even gonna move now. Just do your best to kill me, and we'll look for one more character before ending the stream, because we don't need to go for the full 30 minutes. We got what we came here for. You can make items be switch based and code some funky stuff, but nope, no icons, and I love icons. Yeah, icons are nice. Icons are, you know what, anything to skin a game and make, what do you call this? Make your items, equipment, whatever have personality. Perfect. Just perfect. And, I mean, yeah, 2000 2003 was like made in the days where maybe item icons were not a thing in older games of Final Fantasy or even Earthbound, and all you had to go by was text. But I appreciate the evolution of RPGs, or even games in general, to have icons right next to text, because it does help quite a bit trying to figure out what the heck I'm using. You know? It's just a nice visual help. A nice quick way to figure out, oh, it's a potion. I don't even have to read what kind of potion it is. You can have the same potion icon for all your potions. If you just want the user to read the text and how strong your potion is, that's great. But the icon at least lets you know what it is. Is it a potion? Is it something else? Yeah. Granted, it's still, you can still pretty much reverse engineer Chrono Trigger in 2K3. It will take you half your lifespan, but you can't. But why would you? Why would you? I mean, other than to flex and say you can, I don't understand why you would. Now, if there's anything, what do you call this? If there's anything from other games, RPGs or not RPGs, that would be useful to transfer into RPG Maker or any game engine, is the mechanics, right? Some games have just really, really good mechanics, and it's good to learn how those mechanics are made. What is the process to, let's say, let's go with something simple first. I had something more complicated in mind, but let's go with something simple. Party switching in the middle of a battle. Final Fantasy X did that. I think some other games also did that. You could easily just have like a menu icon, like a menu item in the battle scene, where it opens up the party menu and you can switch characters out in and out that way. That's a very simple mechanic. Something a little bit slightly more complicated would be follow-up attacks. Now, this has been scripted before in commercially and what do you call this by other by people on their own free time. But when I say follow-up attacks, you do an action, it fulfills condition, and once the condition is fulfilled, something else happens to follow up on that action. Let's say you do a normal attack, and it crits. On a crit, what happens? Someone else does I some other action like another attack, a spell, what have you. That's you can do that manually or have like fire automatically. Those are the kinds of mechanics that would be nice to learn from and figure out how to do in a in an RPG Maker system or any system, as long as you know. Original Final Fantasy 1 didn't have a map. Final Fantasy 1 Remake and Mobile had a map. I remember this because I think I tried to play the original Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasy on a ROM, and holy crap, I don't know how people got through that. Like, I think there may have been a software or at least engine limitation at the time when they made that game, and so they could only do so much, right? Because let's think about it, the original game, I think it was like an 8-bit system, and the amount of data you can put in that 8-bit system was so limited. I don't think you can even fit a map in that cartridge at the time. So what they did was pretty impressive, to say the least. It's very simple, yes, but for what it did, it worked. And you know what? Bravo to them. The remake, they had more data to work with, so quality of life stuff they could add. Don't be so reckless, Ruka, because some guy did it just to flex. You know what? That is totally fair. They would do it just to flex. You think a caterpillar system is easy until you try coding it. You know what? I don't honestly... Okay, so what would actually go into a caterpillar system? Like, it looks nice and all, but I feel like it's... mechanically speaking, doesn't do anything visual wise or anything. It's I don't know. I always thought caterpillar systems were kind of funky, for lack of a better word. But people seem to like them because they like seeing all their characters on the screen. But once you scale it up to 3D, at least in some games, it just looks tacky. Like, you don't see that in the Atelier series because they knew how tacky it was. They'd rather spend their resources on something else like the alchemy and all that stuff. So, you think if one map is bad, Earthbound 1 map is an NES map that is real time and there is no overworld map. It's a single giga map. I like the aesthetic of 3 guys following each other. It's cute. I mean, fair. The giga map thing, oh, I guess we still have to pay for this. Ooh, new weapon. What is this? Papilla Pecorina. They like their Italian names in this. I wonder if the dev is Italian. Oh well, we'll give this one a try, and we'll go back to Gallo Tower. I think there might be a coffin in Gallo Tower, but let's check really quick. Hold up. There is no hidden thing in Gallo Tower. Okay, so we are going to exit because there's nothing to find here. Okay, I just want something new. So Dairy Plant is all cleared out as far as I'm concerned. Gallo Tower is all cleaned out as far as I'm concerned. There exist places that don't exist. What? Come to relax and enjoy life. See you in the country. What the heck does that even mean? Let's just double check to see if there's anything we can find in these stages. Oh, looks like the first map actually does have not necessarily a secret, but there's something up towards the left. We should probably go that way. I see a curse item also on the map. I'm not sure if I want that. I might grab it near the end, but I'm not gonna grab it near the beginning. Let's go towards the top left here. Top right. What is this? This is very strange. I can't look at it on stream right now. I'm gonna have to look at it later unless you can drop the link somewhere else. Either in the comments after the stream or on Twitter or the Discord, one or the other. But I won't be able to check it out right now, that's for sure. I don't think YouTube will even allow the link through anyway, so. Well, that's definitely an interesting way to do it. Let's see. I think what was are you that's the original Earthbound, right? What was the original Earthbound made? Or, is it Earthbound or okay. When you say Earthbound, are you talking about Mother 2? Or are you talking about the original Mother game? Because I think when people say Earthbound, they mean Mother 2. And we just need that for clarification, because I'm trying to figure out what the limitations of the system they were using at the time. Mother 1. What was Mother 1 made for? Was it NES? I feel like it was the NES. But I'm not exactly sure. Because I feel like Mother 2, Earthbound, the one we know as Earthbound, was made on the Super NES, which I think was a 16-bit system. So they definitely had more resources there. NES, yeah, I think with the NES games, I heard a lot of the map generation was like, you can only load so much, and anything past that gets totally wiped off. So it becomes interesting after a while. Oh, I haven't seen the cross in a while, but I do like the axe. Let me grab. I like the axe. I'm gonna stick with axe. Oh, excuse me. This is such a weird weapon to use. What the heck? Yeah, I think at least on the NES, since save. Well, if you're doing RPG, saving is kind of required. But anything displayed on the screen because of RAM limitations and whatnot, you would have to erase parts of the screen after a while, and then it's like that's just how it was. The reason why I kind of mentioned that is because I think this came up in one of I was watching, I think it was Coroni at the time. I think she was playing like an old do I go for Pentagram? I really don't like Pentagram, but maybe I'll there's a thing with Pentagram that I need to level up, I know that much. Let's grab that later. Yeah, I bring that up because I think in one game that Corone played, I think it was like some sort of platformer where she would go off the screen for a certain amount, and even though she may have beaten that enemy before, the enemy comes back if she goes back, or the screen just doesn't load anymore. I think that's one of the things that happens. I know in the old Mario games that definitely would have happened. Like, you think it's a actual game mechanic, but really it's more of a, what do you call this? it's really more about the RAM issue. If you try, you can't load back the stuff that you already deleted, more or less. The sprite count is severely limited, and but how they used it, the map is huge. I see. I see. You know, that kind of reminds me also of Minecraft. I think Minecraft has that same, not necessarily limitation, but it has that same quirk. Funny as it may be, it has the same quirk. Like, only a certain amount of enemies and items can be generated at one time, and once it gets past that amount, nothing else will be generated. Terraria, I think, also has that issue. But the limits for those, at least for Terraria, is really, really high before it just stops doing anything. And then I think Minecraft, because I honestly don't know what the deal with Minecraft is. I feel like it could handle more, but it just doesn't because of how big it can be. I think that's what just happens with the open world stuff that is randomly generated and whatnot. Oh, is it not open world? I mean, I thought it could be classified as open world. But it's still like, it's, you know, it's a seed, right? It's like there's a bunch of variables and stuff that goes into it. Maybe. Maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Oh, jeez, I need some water. I think that's the longest I've talked straight without having to down something. Ah, jeez, these plants. Let me go, plants. Game dev is very, I don't know, just game dev in general is very interesting, especially the history of it, what people had to work with for limitations and stuff. It's like you look at something like RPG Maker, and a lot of times when people look at RPG Maker games, they make fun of it because of how cheap some of the end products look. But you know what? You know what? I see those projects as people messing around with stuff, trying to learn it, seeing how they can improve. Or, you know, some people just use it for porn because apparently there's a lot of porn RPG Maker games for some odd reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but it, you know, they do exist. But anyway. I mean, the RTP is serviceable for the most part, but when you use it for all the projects, you kind of it gives a bad, it gives a bad reflection of what it can actually do, you know? Like, you look at Amori, and there is a few things that give away it being an RPG Maker game. If you actually open up the original files, yeah, you can see it's an RPG Maker game because it has all the RPG Maker files and whatnot. But apart from that, at first glance, you wouldn't have thought that was an RPG Maker game, which for some people blows their mind because that's not what they're used to. And I feel like there's other games that were made in RPG Maker, but you never knew they were made in RPG Maker because they look so well polished. It's just RPG Maker makes making a game easy to like, it's easy to start off a game in RPG Maker. Unlike say Unity, where you have to like start from the ground up, have to make the maps, have to make everything. What do you call it? You have to make everything in, like, you have to code the interactions and whatnot. It's a whole lot of work. A lot of work that some people just don't want to invest in. And RPG Maker, as simple as it is, does a serviceable job. And if you like pixel art, or at least working with pixels, that definitely works quite well. Wait, let's see. You can say it's a. Hold up. I missed your Terraria comment. Let me go back up there. You can say it's a generated small open world, but you can bring your main character to different seeds. So one can say it's infinite question mark. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's more. I think it's technically classified as a sandbox game, right? It's technically a sandbox game. Terraria and what do you call this? Minecraft. Though I guess even with sandbox games, they don't have to be open world. They technically don't have to be open world. They just have to be. You just have to be able to make everything and anything and everything that the game allows you to make, basically. Let's see. I mean, I am making a totally original RTP, so there's that. But it's easy. Just take patience and knowledge of art. Yeah. Definitely so. Because, I mean, with at least... I mean, you can definitely use pre-made assets that someone else made. But the thing is, if it gets used quite a bit in other projects, it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. It's definitely best to invest in in your own style, or at least find someone who can do art for you. Like I think part of it is with all the asset making for an original game that you actually want to sell and whatnot, an RPG maker. That's not cheap. You actually have to develop it like an actual game, because you know what, RPG maker, as memed as it gets sometimes, it is a legit engine. It does what it needs to do, and it does it well. Maybe not perfect, but it does it well. So yeah, commercial use also, most RTPs don't allow selling. Yes, most RTPs don't allow selling. So yeah, commercial, everyone, the thing with the commercial use biz, like everyone wants a piece of the financial pie, right? If you buy something for cheap, if you buy some assets for cheap and you're making, let's say, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on the game that you just developed, whoever made the RTP feels like they got cheated out, right? Because man, I made this thing and barely got any money out of it. But there we go, a new character. That's pretty metal. We're still looking for a vampire. Okay. I mean, it's not cheap to make assets to begin with, and you know, they deserve to be paid fairly. So whatever that is, I mean, you either accept it or you don't. Okay, new character, and looks like a girl, and looks like she's got some major boobage going on. It's a little hard to see, but she's definitely got the Bayonetta look from what I can tell here. Early Bayonetta. Tile set making is pain. I have not made it. I've never done like pixel art or anything, but I have friends that would agree with you. 100% I would have some of my friends would agree with you. Especially the ones that make tile sets, because especially for tile sets, you know, you have to make them work with each other. One, you have to make them a certain size. Two, color palette probably is maybe kind of sort of easy, but you have to make the color palette consistent within the tile set and across different types of tile sets. But I think the most difficult part of tile sets is making sure they're able to repeat infinitely, or at least for floors they have to repeat infinitely, walls repeat infinitely. I guess objects don't have to repeat infinitely, but they have to repeat a decent amount to where they can be used in multiple situations. Otherwise you're making multiple sprites for the same tiles, like let's say drawers. Yeah, like mainly drawers, I think. Drawers, tables, whatnot. And I've run into issues when I've used tile sets, commercial and free to use, where I would have wanted something a little bit more functional from the tile set, but because they didn't make them a certain way, they don't work so well. Like, a table can only be used in certain locations, like they're either centered, and when I don't need them to be centered, and I can't make the table longer than 2 tiles. Like, what the heck? I want to make a long table. You don't need a separate sprite for a long table. You make end 1, end 2, and the middle portion of the table, and that's where you basically, that's basically where how you make your tile set, at least for a table. And that way you can make the table as long and big as you want to. That's one of my complaints. That's one of my complaints when I work with tile sets. Oh my gosh. It's like asset making, much respect for the people that do it. It's not something I have the patience to do. I think I can do it given time, I just don't have the patience to do it, you know? That's the main thing. Let's go with this. The middle table becomes infinite table, yes. Infinitely looping tile sets are the best. Because at that point, it's just whatever you want to use it. It's just whatever you want to use those tile sets on. And I think that's great. I think that's great. Past the tile sets, though, do you want to make... Well, the tile sets are time-consuming, but I think the most time-consuming thing is if you have sprites for, your characters on screen, sprites for NPCs. If you want to make all those custom, that takes a while. You gotta figure out what poses you want them. There's at least the animation walking pose. And if you want any custom poses past that, that's not usually covered in the normal catalog of poses. It's usually just walking. Then you have to make those, like sleeping animation that doesn't exist in the normal catalog. You got to make that. You have to make them able to open and close their eyes. Usually that's not a normal thing. If you want to have emotions, that's not a sprite. That is a separate base art you have to do. So there's a lot of work. There's a lot of planning. It just depends on how much money you want to spend, and how much how much time you can spend on the project. So much respect to the devs, indie or commercial. The only thing with commercial, or like let's say AAA. The only thing with AAA companies that I feel like sometimes is wasted potential is because there's a lot of politics involved, right? It's not just one person. There's a lot of you're working a huge team. You have your leads for various parts, animator, director, and whatnot. So it's like, it can get a little hairy, and you don't get what you need done. You got deadlines because you got bills to pay, lots of people to pay, and stuff like that. Yeah, those positions are definitely not cheap. Oh, walking animation is cool and easy. The problem is when you want to do a custom one for a cutscene. Wait. The issue comes with, how do I make the sprite appear on top of that? Oh, I think working alone is good because you only have one vision and problem solved. Yeah. The only issue with working alone is you're working alone, and it does take a while to develop anything. Even if you have all the motivation in the world, you can only go so fast. And then from there, how much do you want to push yourself? Are you going to burn out eventually? That's the problem with one dev projects. Though again, I say that, and you look at Zun, 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 however you want to call him. He does everything, but he's also really good at what he does. So it's like he's cracked, he's crazy, he knows it. I feel like he has his engine. His engine is very easy for him to work with. It does everything he needs it to do. The only thing he has to do is like sprites, and I think he's got the sprites down. Let's not talk about his art. His art, he tries. He tries, he knows he tries, but you're not there for the art. You're there for the music, you're there for the gameplay. And for that, we thank Zun for everything he's done. Because holy crap, that stuff is good. Crazy minds to do this crap at Gundam, it is fun. Yes, it is. Even if you don't make a game, just the process of making the game and coming up with the ideas is great. It's very, as long as you have the motivation to do it, it's a very good way to, just let your mind come up with stuff and see how you can pull it and if you can pull it off. Now, if you got something a little bit more ambitious, definitely you would need to ask for some help to do stuff that you can't do. And there's no shame in that. That's why games have teams. Just how big do you want the team to be? So yeah. I think the one pitfall though in a lot of indie games is, well, there's a few pitfalls, but if I had to nitpick on some of the pitfalls, is the size and scope of whatever project they're working on. Like, some people want this to be this huge, ambitious thing that puts all their favorite elements from different games, or they wanted to do things very complicatedly, which is great and all if they can pull it off, but at the same time, maybe could take years and years to actually do, just because it just takes that long to develop it. But also, you gotta, whenever you design a game, a few things you have to keep in mind though, other than size and scope. So, okay, let's just start from the top. A few things to keep in mind of when you're making a game. Size, how big do you want the game to be, whether in hours or assets and whatnot. And the scope, what does a game have to do? Other than like people enjoying it, that probably goes under aesthetics and what do you call this? Player experience and whatever you want to call it. But what is the game supposed to do? Let's say you're doing a farming game, right? Do you just want to do a farming game? Do you want to add some romance elements to it? Do you want to add some battle elements to it? Now, I mention all that because there are games that have all three. Rune Factory, Stardew Valley, Minecraft. I guess you can add Terraria to that. Like, they all do those, minus the dating part, And some of it do it fairly well, but they don't do all of it like super well. Like Harvest Moon focuses on dating and what do you call this? Dating and the farming bits, right? And I don't know how well the dating bits are. It's been a while since I played Harvest Moon. I don't remember them being too complicated. But the farming bits was very satisfying, and they did that very well. In the case of that Taylor series, they focused on one thing first, I think from the very beginning, and that was the item crafting. And over time, the item crafting got even more complicated with a bunch more mechanics. But you know what? That was the first. That's always been the first thing whenever they designed their games, and it shows. Second is the music, and maybe third is the battle system. and some games have been better at it than others. But overall, I think I would say Gust has done very, very well with improving those three main aspects: gameplay, music, alchemy, alchemy, battle, and music. They've improved those aspects quite a bit over the years, and I just think they're gonna keep getting better in it if they focus on what makes a series good. It doesn't need to do any farming. It doesn't need to do any dating. That's its own genre altogether. That's its own genre altogether. But you know, they do it well. Let's see. Let me just catch up really quick. Also, let's be honest, Ruka, depending on how much you're working, a 2 or 3 hour long game can't take more than 2 months tops. It depends. It really depends on what you want to do with it. Even a 2 or 3 hour game, depending on what you want that 2 to 3 hour game to do, it could take a while. Maybe 2 or 3 months, who knows? But it could take a little while. Also, there's a whole thing with motivation and stuff, right? And how much free time you got. There's that also. My priorities set and also my expectations. Yep. Farming game would take a frick ton of variables. Yeah, you got your growth time, seasons. There's also the balancing on how much money certain items bring and whatnot. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things to consider. I mean, farming games, like, some people probably ask, how hard could it be? And then you think about all this other stuff. It's like, oh boy. It's just... yeah, think that through for a minute. You don't have to be a game dev, but you just have to ask yourself what goes into all the little things in the farming game that you need. I was trying to find a different way to say it, but it says increase enemy speed, health, quantity, and frequency by 10%. Sure, I'll grab that. I'll probably die because of this, but you know what? Okay. I think that's the last thing I needed to get in this place. I hope so. So it's just survive time at this point. Gotta be honest with you, Chief, I play Harvest Moon for the dating and to break the game by selling banana. Do people really sell banana in the game? I don't know any Harvest Moon memes, so I can't like say what memes or whatnot or whatever else I've heard about it. But selling bananas to make bank appears to me. Considering that probably would not be the first thing I think of, but I guess it depends on how long it grows, how much you can sell it for, and how many you get in one cycle of growth, right? So yeah, it's those kinds of things. There's the obvious stuff you think of, and then there's the balancing. Holy crap, balancing! People think they know balancing, but there's a lot of stuff that can go into balancing, and balancing with a bunch of variables is tough. Very tough. It's like I think in the personal projects I've tried to make, I've always been stuck with the balancing when I didn't really need to be stuck on balancing until much later on. What I needed to focus on was the mechanics first. Just making sure the core mechanics are there. And balancing would probably have to be for later on for sure. Harvest Moon. Balancing bros went lol. Simply didn't balance anything at all. So cheesable. Yeah, I mean, sometimes though you have to wonder, is it actually that cheesable? Or did the devs intentionally make it cheesable? Because you look at something like this. there probably was not any balancing made into this game. I feel like there was not any balancing that was made in this game. Each weapon had its own thing that it does. And it's up to you to figure out which combinations of weapons you want to become the best Toho boss you can possibly be. I think that's what's happening here. And you're supposed to be as broken a Toho boss as you can possibly be, because you're not going to survive the hordes otherwise. And it's just hilarious when you get to the point that nothing can kill you. Vampire Survivor, I think he balanced it by if it kills fast, throw more. Yes. And you know what? That's all people care about in this game, to be honest. That's all people care about this game, and that's perfectly okay. Because the hilarity of this game is to throw as much stuff on the screen as possible. And it is glorious because of that. I think that there's a treasure chest I may have passed up here. Okay. So we're at 23 minutes right now. I don't know if I'll make it to 30. I had a few close calls for sure. Man, I definitely don't feel like I'm safe. Definitely there's quite a few things that I can't knock back. Maybe. I do have a lot of leveling up still to do. My items are not maxed out. But the nice thing is I have a lot of AoE, decent damage. I think I left a treasure chest though. So we're gonna go that way. And we're gonna go like upper right for this one. But yeah, balancing, you can spend your entire life on balancing and maybe not ever get it right. There's also the thing with balancing is how much do you balance? How much do you balance? Do you actually want to make a point in the balancing where it's actually possible to break the game, but it needs very specific conditions to do so, and that also is part of balancing. And you know what? If you can meet those specific conditions, then you can make your end game content that much more crazy. Because if you balance the end game content around the strongest possible outcome that you can get in the game, I say that's great, because you can it lets the player do some really crazy stuff that they wouldn't be able to do normally, or at least they have to really think very hard on how to set it up to make it that crazy. Game design is such an interesting topic. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert at it, but the observations I've made, just by playing so many games, and what do you call this? So many games and the things that happen that people do that people do to make it. It's like great. It seems like my little sound waves also upgraded. I have no idea what this does. I think it bounces off the sides of the walls and stuff. There's also just basic stuff like that little amount of battle and make them memorable. Just do it right. That's what Lisa did. Yeah. Memorable fights. You don't have to make it super hard or anything. You just have to make it like, this is what this boss does, this is what this fight does, and you will remember it because of this. Just like in Hollow Knight, there was the Mantis Lord battle. It is not, I mean, it is tough the first time you go through it, but it really pushes you to learn the game, and it did that very well. Lisa manages to give just around enough XP to let you survive. Mm, yeah, I suppose. There's also a thing with level, like in RPGs, how much EXP do you give? How much EXP? How do you scale experience points? Some people say with RPGs that a well-balanced RPG shouldn't have you grind. I don't know if that's necessarily true. As long as you make the grinding fun. Like there are games where the grinding is actually fun. You don't mind the grind. But I do agree, I guess in a sense, that if you can't beat this boss without grinding, there's probably something wrong with not necessarily something wrong, but there's probably something flawed in the game design. I think I can agree with that much. But if you're just barely under level and you can barely beat a boss, but you had the right technique, I think that's still passable. I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. I hesitate to say too much about that just because it's like some people get really defensive on how they balance enemies in a certain area. Like I know in at least in Namori. I know in Namori I didn't grind during my playthrough, and whenever I go into a new area, I would always find myself like being pretty much beaten half to death in just like one or two fights because everything was so much stronger. And then once you get through those fights, then everything's a little bit more manageable. But in just the process of having to survive with limited resources when you get into a new area is like, I wouldn't call it bad game design. It's just more like I wish I didn't feel like I had to grind. I still didn't. I still didn't grind, but there was always this part of me like, if I was playing normally, I would have probably grinded. But the way I play RPGs, I have enemies on screen, which I think most RPGs are that way these days. The way I play those is... Oh, I shouldn't be leveling up. The way I play those is like I fight most, if not everything, at least once, and then never again for the rest of the game. The exception to this would be the Atelier series. The Atelier series, I only fight enemies if I haven't seen them before, or if I need a drop from them. Otherwise, I don't really fight enemies in the Atelier series, just because you don't really have to. The level cap is very low. Level 50. Most games will have you go to like 99 or 100. It's just level 50 in the Atelier series. That should tell you something. It's not meant for grinding. It's meant for just... I mean, it's a slice of life RPG to begin with. But the alchemy system is complex to where you can do so much stuff, even past endgame. The other main part is just like the chill, relaxed story that you get. So there's no really, even the games that have like really strong battle mechanics, even then, they didn't put a focus on grinding for those. So it's like, I feel like that was like the best thing they could have done. Oh, we finished the stage. Nice, perfect. Don't worry, Ruka. My first RPG was Dragon Quest 1 on the NES. I too have no idea what a good game is supposed to be. No, I'm not that old. Just my uncle has an NES. Very specific denial there, Doobie. Very specific denial. Nice. We got a new character. Easily cleared that stage. I don't think we have anything else to unlock. Maybe if I use this new character. Let me just unlock. Oh, we got 2 to unlock. Let's grab this one first. A little short on cash for this one. I'll do that in my own time. I'll do that in my own time. But I think we unlocked as much as we could for now. Really enjoyed the game dev talk. So I hope you guys did also. Really, I don't think we can do much past here. I could keep going on with the game dev stuff, but I feel like there's really not much else for me to unlock. I could probably do some of this in my own time, and I don't really know if Vampire Survivors is, what do you call this? I mean, I guess it's a streamable game because there's a lot of fancy stuff going on in the background. But for me personally, this is just something it's like you just turn your brain off to, and I kind of did. I didn't even worry too much during the gameplay, to be honest. I only worried maybe like a couple of times just because I wasn't used to the map and whatnot. I I am kind of curious what the dev has in store for this. I'm curious what the game what the dev has in store for this in the future because I feel like the dev just kind of made something I something random is the best way I can describe it. I don't know what their plan is or what their plan was because when this game first came out, it was very bare bones. And I question what the end goal here is other than survive. So this is probably why I don't pick up this game that often, even in my own spare time. So it's like, yeah. Enjoyed it lots, my guy. Thanks for the stream today. Would love a game dev talk stream, especially since I'm getting into it. Yeah, I would like to do something like that too. I'm not sure because there is one friend I have that I would love to get on this channel to have a game dev talk with. However, I don't think they're ready to be on camera yet. When they're ready to get on that camera, maybe we'll have the chance then. I don't know when that's going to be. It could be this year, it could be next year, it could be 10 years from now. I have no idea. But eventually I would like to get them on this channel so we can do talk game dev stuff. At least they have actual game dev experience. I do not. I do not. I am a game dev enjoyer. I am not a game dev. What was the other thing? I am not a true game dev. I am a game dev enjoyer. If that makes any sense. By the way, what is the dev you talked about before? The one you said he tries about his art. Zune, Toho series. If you never heard of Toho and the legend of the Toho series, you really need to look into that. Junya Ota is his real name. He does all the coding, he does all the music, he does all the art, he does all the sprites, he does all the game design, he does everything. I think he used to be able to do it all in 1 year, but he has a family now and probably other stuff on the side. So it's like he may not have as much time and energy, especially since he's much older now. But definitely in his heyday, he cranked them out each year, and he was as surprised as everyone at his success, and it's a good success. So yeah. But anyway, I think we're gonna have to end it here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the chat. I actually chatted during the stream. Holy crap! That usually does not happen very very often. But yeah, chat and chill. I'm not sure we chilled, but hopefully it was chill. I didn't maul too much what was happening here. It's just chill time. Vampire Survivor is actually a surprisingly chill game if you just what do you call this just get the builds that you want. It's surprising. It's just there's so much stuff that happens in the background, but we'll see. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me for today. I'm gonna be streaming again on Wednesday. We'll be trying to finish El Shaddai on that day. If you haven't seen what El Shaddai is, please, 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 please either come on Wednesday or check out the first stream, because holy crap, it was a trip last time. I am ready to see what else is gonna happen with the game once we finish it on Wednesday. Holy crap! I'm surprised I never played El Shaddai until like last week, and it was made in 2011. Apparently, I missed out. I missed out on 11 years, but you know what? We're catching up. We are catching up. So please drop by for Wednesday, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys for coming, and have a nice rest of your day, everyone. Good night and goodbye. See ya. Oh, ending.